Welcome to Living in Beauty. It's Monday, November 19th, 2018, day 854 on the road, and we're at 20 Mile Beach near Walker Lake, Nevada. We just finished up 2 weeks at Mountain Gate near Redding, California, and we're boondocking and dry camping our way slowly south 1 or 2 days at a time. Last night we had our first casino camping experience in Susanville at the Diamond Mountain Casino. And I don't care if we never leave 20 Mile Beach. But Jim probably has other plans. You see, Jim's the surprise guy. Ever since we were kids, he's managed to pull off these elaborately staged drumroll please surprises. And after 43 years, he still knows how to wow me. But last year, he gave me Savannah, Georgia for my birthday. How could he possibly top that? When we left BC, I had no idea where we were going. You see, his style is slow disclosure, dropping hints while drawing the curtain back in slow motion, building the anticipation. Jim's a professional at surprises. He knows it's all about the journey, not the destination. Now, these guessing games can take minutes, hours, days, or even weeks, depending on the magnitude of the surprise. As we crossed the Peace Arch Douglas border from Canada into the U.S., the clue game started. We passed squeaky clean because for 2 weeks we had planned our meals carefully so we'd be contraband-free of fresh dairy, meat, and produce. As we pulled out of the inspection station, Jim said, "Now, where are we going to find something to eat?" Yeah, said it strange like that. As if maybe restaurants and grocery stores had been banned from the state of Washington. Aha, here we go. He's cooking up a surprise. Then, as we drove by a pumpkin patch, he gave me another hint. Taking a pill out of his pocket, he said, here's a Dramamine. What? I said, are we taking a... I clamped my hand over my mouth. You see, the word makes me ill. It's that thing that rhymes with fairy, as in fairy dust. But it floats and carries cars. Saying it, just looking at it, at a you-know-what, triggers an involuntary response. So, I swallowed the motion sickness pill, and within, 20 minutes or so, I slipped into a soft, hazy trance. But the last thing I remember is that pumpkin patch before waking up at the turn of the 20th century. As Jim drove off on the unmentionable thing and turned right on the main drag, I rubbed my eyes. Was this a drug-induced fantasy? Jim said, "Cool, it's like a time warp." Port Townsend, the city of dreams, where your neighbors don't mind if you wear corsets or jeans, is a cozy yesteryear fishing village perched on the proud tip of the densely wooded Olympic Peninsula and embraced by the protective waters of Admiralty Inlet. Though it's less than a 2-hour drive to Seattle, Port Townsend lies in the rain shadow and only receives about 20 inches of precipitation annually. It's a haven for kayakers and wooden boat enthusiasts. The best view in town, according to the locals, is from the historic post office where Jim mailed our midterm election ballots. The impressive Romanesque building is a sobering message from the past that the founders' dreams of grandeur came to a screeching halt. But generations of dedicated residents have prevented the village from any sign of decay. Here, restoration is an act of love. Now, this is a film-friendly location. With a few small vintage props, the main street could be a set for an 1890 boomtown. Friendly, laid-back, easygoing, Port Townsend is a writer's haven and a seaside bastion for bibliophiles. The last time we saw that many bookstores, we were in Paris. The final week of our October birthday month was spent walking and browsing the galleries and the upscale consignment shops, and sipping coffee on the bay, dreaming about the next time we'll return to Port Townsend. For the Fiddle Festival or the Wooden Boat Festival? or a guided birding expedition. And what a hoot to be there for Halloween, costumed as Star Trek characters with tricorders. Dinner and a movie in Port Townsend is not your average date night. A sumptuous, locally caught salmon dinner on the deck of Quinch, followed by A Star is Born, made us feel like kids again. Kids in the 1930s. The Rose Theater is a charming vintage cinema with an eclectic selection of mainstream art and foreign films, as well as live opera simulcasts featuring the Bolshoi Ballet and the Metropolitan Opera. Daytime excursions were right in our wheelhouse. Kayaking, well-maintained cycling trails, hiking trails, beach walks, sea glass hunting, and strolls in the little parks tucked within the tranquil suburban neighborhoods where deer pasture on manicured lawns. It's easy to understand why a quarter of the population of Port Townsend is 65 or older. It'd be a nightmare to wake up every day in this place and have to go to work. On short notice, Jim was lucky to secure a great camp spot on the bay at Port Hudson Marina and RV Park. Right on the beach, full hookups, and only a few paces from Doc's Marina Grill and Tavern and Point Hudson Cafe. We felt like we were in a resort. Everything was within walking and cycling distance. We never had to drive. And turns out, arriving with our pantry bear was all part of Jim's surprise. We ate out every day for a week. And on our way out of town, we stocked up on Washington apples at the co-op. So once again, Jim swept his artsy-fartsy birthday gal off her feet, and the Puget Sound fairies, not the sent us off with their blessing. And I'm still not convinced Port Townsend is for real. Thank you so much for joining us at Living in Beauty. If you like this post and would like to be notified when a new one is released, please click the follow button at the bottom of this page. Okay, that's it for now. Have a great Thanksgiving.